Right, guys, we are live for this live commentary game between the Brumbies and the Hurricanes. Unfortunately, couldn't do the earlier one as we've got load shedding here in South Africa. Unbelievable. In the year 2021, we still have load shedding in South Africa where the power goes off for 2 hours at a time. Right, so enough rambling about that. Let's get to this game and quickly go through the lineups for this game. For the Brumbies, we've got Scott Seo, Lakeland Lonergan, Alan Alatoa, Darcy Swine, Nick Frost, Rob Valentini, Luke Reimer, and Henry Stowers in the front row. Then in the back line, for the Brumbies, we've got Ryan Lonergan, Noah Lalicio, Mac Hansen, Bailey Kuzeli, then Len Ikitawa, Solomon Ikate, and Tom Banks forming the back line for the Brumbies. I don't know if this Brumbies side will be able to beat the Hurricanes today. They've been all out of sorts as of late, and then hopefully they can come back with a win here today. Obviously, the Hurricanes needs to win this with that bonus point to stay top of the log. Quickly go through the lineup for them. You've got Xavier Numia, Dane Coles, Tyrell Lomax, James Blackwell, Scott Scrafton, Devin Flanders, Duplessis Karivi, and then Adi Sevilla, a formidable back of forwards there for the Hurricanes in this game. Then on the back line, we've got Luke Campbell, Ruben Love, Salesi Rayasi, Ngani Lamape, Billy Proctor, Julian Sevilla, and Geordie Barrett forming the back line for this Hurricanes side. So I'm expecting the Hurricanes to win this game. Whether they will do enough to get that bonus point win is another question. But we'll have to wait and see how good this team can be. Then on the bench for the Brumbies, we've got Falau Fainga, Harry Lloyd, Sefu Kuatai, Tom Hopper, Tom Cusack, Nick White, Ira Simoni, and Tom Wright. A strong bench name for this Brumbies side. So they'll probably be looking to get the win here in the second half, maybe, with the strong bench that they've got. Then for the Hurricanes, we've got Ricky Riccatelli, Raketti Stones, Alex Fido, Isaiah Walker-Lawera, Braden Lewis, Gareth Evans, Cam Roygard, and Wes Goosen forming the rest of the bench. So we are waiting the start of this game. There is a little hold up. I don't know what exactly is going on. Let's quickly have a look and see if we can find any information regarding this. Right, yeah, 11:45 will be the start of this. So while we wait, we've gone through Trans-Tasman for a couple of weeks now. We've only had one victory for the Reds. It came against a very inconsistent Chiefs side. 1 week they're brilliant, the next week they're really terrible. So not really knowing what to make of that victory for the Reds against the Chiefs. But apart from that, it has been all the New Zealand franchises so far. And I just can't see it going any other way again today. We've had now almost 20 games, and the Reds are the only one to have won a single game against the New Zealand franchises. So I don't know if this Trans-Tasman is really working so well for us. Leave a comment and tell me what you guys think of the Trans-Tasman competition so far. The quality of rugby has been pretty good. But apart from that, it has been dominated by the New Zealand franchises quite a bit. And yeah, I don't know if it's going to get more competitive in the future. Unfortunately, I really don't know. We know that we're going to have the inclusion of some more teams into the competition next season. But apart from that, I really can't see anything else happening. Ashton has joined saying, "Go Brumbies." So we at least got one Brumbies supporter here. What are your thoughts on the Trans-Tasman so far, guys? Do you think it's a valid competition? Do you think the Australian teams are worth having in this competition? As I know, Super Rugby used to be at least here and there we would get a pretty decent upset down the line. But with Trans-Tasman, we've had one win for the Australian franchises, and it came against a very inconsistent Chiefs side, really. Didn't know what to make of it. So let's see if anything can change today. I personally don't think anything will change. I think that the Hurricanes will beat the Brumbies eventually today, but I don't know by how much though. Ashton Antoik says New Zealand rugby has dominated in Trans-Tasman. Absolutely. They've lost only one single game, and it came as a fluke really to the Reds last weekend. So whether any of these teams can actually do it again, I have my doubts really badly whether they can do this. I don't think they can. I don't think the Trans-Tasman competition has got any value at this stage, rather than giving some of these guys game time and, yeah, maybe some income for the clubs as well. So apart from that, it's just been really useless. Ashton says, I believe Australian teams have a lot of improvement to be made to match New Zealand teams. But not all that is true, Ashton. But if you're going to get hammered week in and week out, how are you going to improve if you get beaten every single weekend by massive scores? We've seen it in the earlier game between the Highlanders and the Waratahs as well. The Waratahs getting hammered by the Highlanders again. So I really can't see it going any other way. I think Australian rugby will have to find another partner to match their ability. We know New Zealand is in a class of their own at the moment, but I do believe if we can get a global competition where Leinster and Munster and Wasps, Sale Sharks, all those teams can compete in one competition, that is when we're going to have real competition for these New Zealand franchises. Because let's be honest, they're a small country, they've got the players, they've got the contract situation sorted out. If you don't play in New Zealand, you can't play for the All Blacks. So, yeah, I don't know. It's a really tough one to call. Tell me what you guys think of this. I might be just rambling too much on about this. I said it at the start of this competition that I just feel it's just a way for the New Zealand franchises to boost their ego, really, because we've seen it in Super Rugby. Australian teams got dominated by New Zealand. They got dominated by South Africa. Then they got rid of South Africa and they formed up with New Zealand, and now they're just getting hammered along the way all the time. So I really don't know what to expect from these guys. But yeah, let's go one more time through this lineup before the players come up to the field. Scott Seo, Lakeland Lonergan, Alan Alatoa, possibly an Australian front row for the Rugby Championship or even for the Test Series against France. There might be the introduction of Tanila Tupou, maybe an Angus Bell here or there. Falau Fainga maybe joining in. But as far as this front row goes, they've been pretty disappointing so far in this competition, getting dominated by most of this New Zealand franchises. Then Darcy Swine and Nick Frost has probably been the two standout players in this Brumbies lineup when it came to overall performance. They've been pretty solid in the lineouts. They've taken the ball forward nicely. The defense has been solid. But then you get to the discipline where Darcy Swine has already received a yellow card previously. He gives away quite a few penalties down the line as well. Rob Valentini has been good for the Brumbies as well. He has done what he is expected to do, but he hasn't been that type of player that you really can say is going to step up. Luke Reimer and Henry Stiles, I don't know too much about. For me, they're just numbers making up the team. I might be wrong. Spero Maravillas asking, what were your thoughts from last night? I'm so upset. Yeah, you know, this. Let me put it this way. The captain's challenge in the Rainbow Cup is ridiculous. I mean, if it wasn't for that, we would have had plenty of tries, plenty of up and downs as well. And I just feel they're wasting valuable time with these captain's challenges. They're making this game a really soft game. And that needs to really change in the future. Otherwise, this game is going to die a slow, slow death. Then Ashton says, I can't wait for Qatar to play tonight. he's been pretty solid. Let's get to that back line of the Brumbies. So Ryan Lonergan, Noah Lalicio, Mac Hansen, Bailey Kuzelli, Len Ikitawa, Solomon Kata, and Tom Banks. So I've got no problem with this back line. Tom Banks, Solomon Kata, Noah Lalicio, Ryan Lonergan has been good. Lalicio can probably maybe improve a little bit in his overall general play. His kicking can still maybe improve a little bit, but remember, he's still a very young player and he can improve on that. And I'm looking forward to see what he can do in the future for this Brumbies side. But Solomon Akata, he's been a strong runner. He's been good under the high ball. He's made really valuable tackles in the past so far. Along with Tom Banks, he's been really exceptional for this Brumbies side. While Ryan Lonergan has also done a really good job in the absence of Joe Powell. Mac Hansen, I haven't seen too much of him to really judge him. The likes of Len Ikitawa has been solid with Ira Simoni. We'll see how it goes with Bailey Kuzelli tonight. Kuzelli did have a really good game when he came on last week from the bench. So looking forward to this game in many regards. But then again, I still don't think that there will be a match for this Hurricanes side. Let's quickly have a look at that. Then Xavier Numia, Dane Cole, Styrel, Lomax, James Blackwell, Scott Scrofton, Devin Flanders, Duplessis Karivi, and Ari Sevilla. That back three is a formidable one. We know that Duplessis Karivi is known to give away some silly penalties. He needs to work on his discipline just a little bit. But for Devin Flanders and Ari Sevilla, they've been pretty solid as well. So Dane Coles is always brilliant. Tyrell Lomax and David Numia will have a strong test against those Australian prop forwards. James Blackwell and Scott Scrofton has been pretty solid as well. Then Luke Campbell, Ruben Love, Salisi, Rayasi, Lamape, Billy Proctor, Julian Savia, Geordie Barrett. They've opted to go with a little bit of an inexperienced 9 and 10 today. Rayasi looks like a valuable key player for them as well. Julian Savia has been good. Proctor and Gani Lamape and Geordie Barrett will try and just hammer things up for them. But enough of this. We are going to go now to the kickoff of this important game. Let's see if the Hurricanes can get that 5-pointer that they so desperately need to stay on top of this Trans-Tasman competition. If they lose, they might as well just be out of this, because the Crusaders, the Blues, are really going forward in this competition now. I think the Blues on top with 19 points, the Crusaders on 18 points, and now the Hurricanes on 15 points. So a win here will probably push them back to the top. Maybe points differential might come into play and they might be second. But overall, it should be a good game. Kickoff has been made and it goes into the hands of Lamape. Inside his own 22, he takes it down for this Hurricane side, and they're just waiting for this ball to come out now. Going to Ruben Love very early on in this game. Don't know too much about him, but I hear he is an exciting prospect. And now the ball gets kicked downfield and into touch it goes on runabout on halfway. Tom Banks thinking of going quickly, but deciding against it. We had 30 seconds in this game already. Right, throw coming from Lonergan now for the Brumbies. Can I do something with this early on in this game? Wilhelm asking, how are you? I'm very good. Thank you, Wilhelm. How are you? Right, the throw-in taken by Darcy Swine, and here they come now. Lilicia out to Rob Valentini through the middle of the field. Good defense from Ari Sevilla, and there's a little knock-on from Valentini. The idea was right. We've seen this last week. He just bashes it up through the middle, but unfortunately this time there was just a little knock-on there. Bertie says, afternoon, Guru, Canes by 10. Right, it could be interesting, this one, Bertie. Yeah, I would probably say Hurricanes by 10 is a good bet for this one. Although I do feel that the Brumbies can upset them if they really want to, but I just don't see it happening at the end of this contest, though. So maybe I'm wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong, and they can do this upset here today as the Brumbies. But the Hurricanes firm favourites, as it is going to be Luke Campbell to throw this ball to the scrum, but it has to be reset first. So a good first start from Valentini, unfortunately not able to hold on to that ball. Ashton says Brumbies upset. So let's see if they can do it, Ashton. I really hope for the sake of this competition that we can get a few Australian victories, as I have been rambling quite a bit earlier today about how poor this competition really is. The standard of play is brilliant, but as far as the contest, it's really, really poor. Right, Luke Campbell to feed this first scrum for this game. We've had 2.5 minutes gone. Right at the back, Artie Sevilla controlling now. Luke Campbell. It isn't gone in Lamape. Out it goes to Billy Proctor and Julian Sevilla on the outside. Here he goes. Back inside it goes to Lamape. Over to 22 he goes. 15 meters out now the Hurricanes. Quick dart from Scrafton. Good defense from the Brumbies overall. A penalty advantage coming for the Hurricanes now. 15 meters out, and there he blows on the whistle. So a great start to this game from the Hurricanes. Just moving that ball wide, and Julian Sevilla going on the run, making a brilliant little gap. And then back inside to Lamape, over the 22. And the Hurricanes are looking like a team that wants to run this ball today. Incredible start for the Hurricanes here. And they do get the first penalty, going for the corner. 5 meters out, they now have a line out. Dane Coles to throw this ball in for the Hurricanes. Throw taken beautifully by Blackwell there. They are going a little bit backwards at the moment as the Hurricanes, but they need to settle this down, and hopefully they can move it forward. Now, Luke Campbell's going to take it off the back, gives it to Ruben Love. Now there's a chance here for Geordie Barrett, but he slips over his own 2 feet, just inside the 22 of the Brumbies now. Luke Campbell to Artie Sevilla, puts his head down. Good defense from Darcy Swine. It has been ripped by Ikitoa for the Brumbies. And now a chance here for them to maybe go on a counter-attack. But they decide to kick this downfield straight into the hands of Geordie Barrett on halfway. He goes to the air, chasing his own kick down. Will he get the mix-up between the two Brumbies players? And it's play on. The Hurricanes in possession now. Dane Coles up to the 22-meter line. He goes. They need quick ball now as the Hurricanes comes back. Now it's Blackwell. Just over the 22 they go. Luke Campbell waiting for the ball now. Geordie Barrett. Out it goes to Ruben Love. Just inside the 22 now. A chance Ruben Love trying to step his way through there. Just can't get over that advantage line. Luke Campbell, Geordie Barrett. Out to Blackwell again. Not finding the ball. Now finds Julian Sevilla. Bumps off 2 players. Still going. Over the 22 he goes again, 15 meters out. Good little passing. Artie Sevilla, unfortunately, into touch it goes. So the Hurricanes are really looking forward to this game, it seems. Good running rugby very early on from them. And we are going to come back for a penalty to the Hurricanes. Offside from the Brumbies. Julian Sevilla taking 2, 3, 4 players in that run from him over the 22-meter line. Such a strong runner. And then just a nice little pass, but the last one from Geordie Barrett to Artie Sevilla not going to hand. But now it's going to be another line out to the Hurricanes. 5 meters out. Dane Coles. It's been stolen by Darcy Swine into the hands of Ryan Lonergan, or Lakeland Lonergan. Ryan Lonergan waiting for the ball at the back of that ruck. Taken in by Nick Frost. Can it come back to them now? Ryan Lonergan waiting for it. He's going to kick it himself. And he does not find, well, he does find touch roundabout between the 22 and the 10-meter line. Hurricanes losing their own line-out ball there. Great work from Darcy Swine. And they really going to try and bash things up for them. So another line-out steal, and now the Brumbies are going to come with this ball now. Pick and go from Darcy Swine. Offloads to Alan Alatoa on a 10-meter line inside their own half is the Brumbies now. Ryan Lonergan. Out it goes to Scott Sear. Back inside to Lakeland Lonergan to Ryan Lonergan. Up to halfway to go. Lakeland Lonergan again. Now Scott Sear couldn't hold on to that ball. And the referee's going to call him back for a penalty to the Brumbies on halfway. Players offside there from the Hurricanes. And a chance now for the Brumbies to put this into touch. It is going to be Tom Banks to thump this downfield. We've had 7 minutes in this game. Who do you guys think is going to score the first try of this game? Will it be the Hurricanes or will it be the Brumbies? Kick goes out roundabout on the 22-meter line inside Hurricanes territory. Throwing coming for Lakeland Lonergan. Right, let's see if we can get the Brumbies on the scoreboard here, guys. Throw in from the Brumbies. Let's see who's going to take this one. Goes into the hands of Darcy Swine again. Loses it backwards. Now there's a little knock on from Lakeland Lonergan. And it is going to be a scrum down to the Hurricanes now. Unfortunately, too many errors in this game so early on. 8 minutes gone. Not getting the two teams settled. And we have had a few knock-ons and penalties in this game. So both teams having had an opportunity now to score the first points of the game, but not getting there. So hopefully that will change in a few minutes' time. Ashton says a strong start by Hurricanes, but Brumbies creative with their first few plays. They have been creative, but just the handling errors not allowing it at the moment. Right, scrum feed to Luke Campbell. Let's see. They are about 6 kilos heavier than the Brumbies. Shouldn't make him back. Now Ruben Love. Out it goes to Billy Proctor. Geordie Barrett inside his own 22. Throw loose pass to Lamape. Lamape needs to straighten the line here. Oh, it has been held up. Will we have a scrum down to the Brumbies now? They've turned this over. Rob Valentini has his hands on this ball. Pick and go from him over the 22-meter line they go. Can they get this back now? Lonergan. Out it goes to Alan Olatoa. Quick ball needed for the Brumbies now. Ryan Lonergan, Lalasia. Out it goes to Ikitoa. Now Mac Hansen is going to have a little dart here. Mac Hansen going strongly. 10 meters out from the try line now. Tom Banks. Lalasia. Now a chance here for them if they move this wide. Ikitoa. Advantage coming for the Brumbies. Ryan Lonergan waiting for the ball to come out. Now Lalasia with a little tab ahead. Ruben Love makes a mess of it. And another chance here for the Brumbies. But we are going to come back for the penalty then to the Brumbies. Looking good after 10 minutes. Another chance for the Brumbies maybe to get the first points of this game. Good contest at the moment from these two teams. Looking really good. Just see Henry Stowers nearly bursting there through in the end, but unfortunately just couldn't hang on to that ball. Right, they've decided to go for touch again, it seems, and now run about 10 meters out is the Brumbies now. Can they get the first points of this game? Throw-in coming from Lakeland Lonergan. Throw-in taken by Darcy Swine off the back now. Ryan Lonergan back to Stowers. 5 meters out now is the Brumbies. Lonergan again, Valentini. They're 5 meters out is this Brumbies side. Now it comes out to Kata. Kata making some headway, but not getting over the advantage line. Valentini again. Now they're making way. 5 meters out again. Ryan Lonergan needs to get this out now. Darcy Swine puts his head down. Good defense from the Hurricanes so far. Ryan Lonergan again. Now a chance here for them with the inside center, putting his head down. Ryan Lonergan, Lolasia. Back inside it goes to Lakeland Lonergan. 2 meters short. And it looks like Ari Sevilla might have stolen this for the Hurricanes. Will it come back for the Brumbies? Yes, it will. Penalty advantage. And has there a try been scored? Yes, it is. And it's a try to Ryan Lonergan for the Brumbies. Great little dart from him. 2 meters out from the try line. He gets it down. And the Brumbies lead by 5 points to 0 after 12 minutes of play. Great start for the Brumbies. Just what they needed in this game. Just to settle the nerves. Ryan Lonergan sniping and scoring the try. Oh, did he? Did he get that down, or was there a little knock on? Let's have a look. No, it looks good. Ryan Lonergan getting the try for the Brumbies. The nippy scrum off. Ashton says yes. So he has predicted a win for the Brumbies today. Let's hope we can get that for them. Ryan Lonergan, the man who dots it down for them very early on in this game. 12 minutes gone in this, and it's looking good for the Brumbies. Bailey Kuzelli looking really good at number 12 today. I was thinking maybe they made a mistake putting Ira Simone on the bench, but Kuzelli has been really good so far for the Brumbies as well. So Lawless here now with the conversion attempt coming up. Can they make it 7-0? We've had 13 minutes in this first half. Brumbies scores first in this game. Right, not the most difficult kick for him, so it should be over for his standards, but anything can happen. Right, that one is going to go straight through the middle, so 7-0. The Brumbies lead the Hurricanes after 14 minutes in this game. Great start for the Brumbies. Right, so it's going to be a restart now for the Hurricanes. Can they hit back in this one? Expecting them to do just that from this restart now. Here we go. Into the hands of Mac Hansen for the Brumbies. Just over the 22-meter line they go now. Ryan Lonergan taking the ball at the back of this ruck for them. He's going to kick it himself. Goes to the top, over the top, and it is going to be chased down by the Brumbies. But beautifully taken by Ruben Love. But he might have injured himself with that one. Now Campbell. Out it goes to Numia. Driven back in a tackle from Nick Frost. Now Campbell again. Billy Proctor, Julian Sevilla straightening the line. Great defense from the Brumbies here. Now it comes out to Artie Sevilla. It's Numia actually who's put his head down. There now Luke Campbell. Now it comes out to Billy Proctor. Now a chance here for Scrofton. Driven back in a tackle by Valentini on halfway now. It is a run here from the left winger, making great headway here for them. It is Rayasi who's made a couple of meters now. Here comes Lamape, back, little pop pass to the forwards there. Now Dane Cole's making his way 5 meters from the 22. Blackwell, he puts his head down. Great counter ruck from the Brumbies. And now comes back to the Hurricane side. Dane Cole's at scrum off. Now gives Luke Campbell the opportunity to get back. Lamape. Billy Proctor, now Duplessis Karibi. Roundabout on the 10-meter line, inside Brumbies half now. A dart here from Tyrell Lomax. Luke Campbell again. Now Scrofton. Scrofton putting his head down. Roundabout on the 10-meter line for the Hurricanes. Now Geordie Barrett. Good defense again from the Brumbies. Not allowing the Hurricane side to get anywhere at the moment. Dane Coles. Out it goes to Ruben Love, straightening the line. They've lost another 5 meters now. Artie Sevilla, Raihasi. Two guys needs to bring him down. Kata did the job there for them. Now Luke Campbell out to Dane Coles again. Still going backwards is the Hurricanes. Super defense from the Brumbies. Now Lamape going to the air. Who's going to chase this down? It is Duplessis Karevi, but a great take there from Tom Banks. And now a counter shot from the Hurricanes. Good work there. And we are going to come back for a penalty then to the Hurricanes. Offside by the Brumbies. We've had 16 minutes in this first half. Penalty roundabout on the 10-meter line for the Hurricanes. Chance now for Geordie Barrett to thump this into touch for them. They need to get that bonus point. So vital that they get this to stay on top of the lock in this Trans-Tasman competition. So gets the line out 5 meters up from the try line. Can they do something with this? Super defense from the Brumbies so far has kept them out. Going backwards most of the time is the Hurricanes. But surely with this back of forwards, they could maybe settle things down and take it to the Brumbies now. Throwing coming from Dan Coles now. Who's going to take this? It is Blackwell jumping up for it, and a maul has been formed. Great counter shove from the Brumbies, but now the Hurricanes are going forward. It is going to be a try to Dan Coles, and a great try from them. Good forward try, and Dan Coles get the Hurricanes' first try of this game. Conversion to come. After 17 minutes in this game, finally the Hurricanes get their first points through a maul. But it's Dan Coles who came running at pace at the guys and just too strong there in the end as he gets the first strike for the Hurricanes. Right, we've got a game on our hands here. Conversion to come from Jordie Barrett now. Let's see if he can get it. Shouldn't be too difficult for him. The scoreline should be right about 7-all in just under a minute's time. Great try from the Hurricanes. Good leadership shown there from Dan Coles as he gets his first try for tonight. He's second in the Trans-Tasman competition and he's third for 2021. 25 tries overall for the veteran hooker of New Zealand rugby. Right, Jordie Barrett now with the conversion. Let's see if he can get this. And that's a perfectly struck kick. So 7 points all after 18 minutes of play. It's all on here at the Geo Stadium in Canberra. Right, so the restart now from Lolasia coming on. 18 and a half minutes gone in this game. Lolasia with a deep kick in this time, but it's chased well by the left winger. But a good kick downfield from the Hurricanes. Not going to find touch though. And into the hands it goes of Tom Banks now. Lolasia gives it out to Kata. Kata going to try and run this over halfway. Still going his Kata up to the 10-meter line. Ryan Lonergan. Now a chance. Oh, a sloppy pass there. Not collected by the Brumbies. Tom Banks under pressure here. Held up. No, they need to release him. He was on the ground. Now Ryan Lonergan. Out it goes to Valentini. Now a little run from Ikitoa. Ryan Lonergan again. Gives it out to Alan Alotoa on halfway. Quick ball required now. Ryan Lonergan. Out it goes to Kuzeli. Quick offload from Henry Stowers into the hands of Scott Seo. Not really making any headway as well as the Brumbies at the moment. They're just inside their own half now. Taken down by Nick Frost. Slow ball coming back for the Brumbies. They're just trying to control this now. And it looks like Ryan Lonergan is going to go for the air here. Box kick over the top. Nobody really chasing it down. Into the hands of Jordie Barrett inside his 22. And he's going to thump this downfield. Also not finding touch. Now it goes into the hands of Tom Banks. Lolasia. Let's see on the 10-meter line. What can he do? Tackled down there beautifully by Blackwell. On their own 10-meter line is the Brumbies now. Lakeland Lonergan puts his head down. Good defense from Numia. Here they come again. Great defense from the Hurricanes. And this could be a turnover for them. Spills out the back and into the hands of the Brumbies still. Now a chance here. Ikitoa. Up he goes to almost halfway. Now Ryan Lonergan. Lolasia again. Lakeland Lonergan. This time might be held up by Artie Sevilla. And Devin Flanders have stolen this ball for the Hurricanes. On the 10-meter line inside Brumbies half. Luke Campbell. Now it's Julian Sevilla. Puts it on the boot. But it spills back to Duplessis Karibi. And a penalty to the Brumbies as he kept rolling after getting tackled there. And a chance for the Brumbies to go on the attack now. Unfortunately, they just couldn't do that. And it was a good opportunity for the Hurricanes to really make something of this. But in the end, Duplessis Karibi's discipline letting himself down there just a little bit. Right. Tom Banks at fullback for the Brumbies have done a good job. He's going to put this into touch now for the Brumbies. Right, finds touch, roundabout on the 22-meter line inside Hurricanes half. A chance now for the Brumbies. There's going to be a throw in from Lakeland Lonergan now. Just outside the 22 of the Hurricanes now. An opportunity for the Brumbies again. Throw-in is going to come now. It is going to be... Who's going to jump for this? It is Darcy Swine who goes up for it. Gives it quickly to Ryan Lonergan. Now it's Valentini smashing his way up to the 22 again. Ryan Lonergan quickly to Alan Alatoa. Inside the 22 they go now. Ryan Lonergan again. Lolasia, good defense there from Devin Flanders on him. Lakeland Lonergan at scrum off. Now it's Nick Frost. Puts his head down. Need to get quick ball now. Ryan Lonergan. Macan Kuzelli. Out it goes to Scott Seo. Still inside the 22 now. Tom Banks. Tom Banks breaks one defender. Brought down by Billy Proctor. Still comes the Brumbies. Good run here. Oh, beautiful inside pass to Lakeland Lonergan. 10 meters out now as the Brumbies. But Sevilla has stolen this and now Dane Coles. Duplessis Karibi. Over the 22 they go. Is he isolated? Yes, he is. Oh no, it's been snatched by Kata. Here comes the Brumbies again. Opportunity now for them. Poor pass. Goes through the back door. Now McHanson needs to straighten this line. Does so. Just outside the 22 now, the Brumbies. Ryan Lonergan waiting for this ball. Comes back to Noah Lalesia. Out to Kata. Kata trying to step one or two. Now takes on Luke Campbell. Still just outside the 22 now. Ryan Lonergan. And a penalty to the Hurricanes. Players diving off their feet. Lakeland Lonergan, the guy penalised there. And a chance now for the Hurricanes to get out of their own half. 24 minutes gone in this first half. Great defence from the Hurricanes. Jordy Barrett has taken this out into touch. What a pass there from Darcy Swine back inside to Lakeland Lonergan, who nearly made a big gap there. Oh, Duplessis Karibi could be in trouble here. Shoulder to the head of Darcy Swine. And this could be the end of the game for him. Yeah, it is going to be surely. According to the new rules of rugby, that is going to be a straight red card. The only mitigating factor could be that Darcy Swine did maybe slip and go down. Well, not really that much. Well, there he did. So, could be a yellow card or just a penalty. Who knows? From first glances, it looked like a straight red card, shoulder to the face, and it looks really bad from this one angle. Duplessis Karibi, not the biggest guy on the field as well, so that mitigating factor could maybe count against him as well. Referee just having a word now with his TMO, so let's see if anything's going to happen from that. Referee now calling Duplessis Karibi. Let's see which card it will be. 24 minutes into this game now. All right, so it is going to be a yellow card then. The mitigating factor was that Darcy Swine did back down a little bit. So yellow card to Duplessis Karibi, 23 and a half minutes in. It is going to be a penalty then to the Brumbies instead of the Hurricanes. Right about in the middle of the field, inside the, or just outside the 22. Will they go for goal this time around, or will they go for touch again? Decision time for them. They are going to go for touch. Yeah, Tom Banks setting this up for them. Right, let's see if the Brumbies can get a try from here. The Hurricanes now one man short after that dangerous tackle. Throw-in coming from Lakeland Lonergan. We've had 24 minutes in this game. Right, throw-in coming. It has been taken by the replacement lock for the downline. It's Nick Frost who took it in. So now the ball is coming up for the Brumbies. It's starting to move forward now. Run about 5 meters out now, still going forward. They are joining in the back line now, still going. Now it's gone down, and they need to be very careful because the back line is there as well. They do get it back through Nick Stowers. Now Rob Valentini just short 1 meter out now. Ryan Lonergan on the charts now, gives it out to the replacement lock forward who came on in the place of Darcy Swine. Will we see another go here? Lolasia going on his own, just short, held up there by Julian Savia over the try line to go, but it is definitely held up. So we are going to come down for another scrum. Lolasia trying to go there on his own after 25 minutes of play. So close. Great defense from Geordie Barrett, Artie Savia, and Julian Savia there. Just holding him up brilliantly. Must say the Hurricanes' defense have been the difference so far. 53 tackles, 4 missed, but a 93% completion for this Hurricane side. So now Scott Scrofton just receiving some attention. Looks like a bloody eye there, little strap under the eye. So he might just have maybe to go for a blood replacement. It's a nasty little cut there under the eye, but they should be fine, or he should be fine. Right, so the number 19 on for the Brumbies is Tom Hopper. It's just replaced Darcy Swine, who got a bloody mouth as well. So expect Darcy Swine to be back in a few minutes' time as well. 25 minutes gone, and now it is going to be a restart from the in-goal line. Geordie Barrett with the restart to this one. Oh, it's been picked up beautifully now. Henry Stowers is going to have a run here. Beats 2 defenders. Still going just about 5 meters out from the 22. Here they come again. It is Nick Frost now. Nick Frost still going. Now Ryan Lonergan, 5 meters out from the 22. Henry Stowers again. Ryan Lonergan, Lolasia back inside to Tom Banks. Over the 22 they go now. Ryan Lonergan again. Out it goes to Caselli. Little pop pass from Ikitoa to Mac Hansen. Still going is the Brumbies now inside the 22. Henry Stowers, Lolasia. Out it goes to Hopper. Hopper over the 22. He goes again. And a little knock on there from the Brumbies. And it's relief for the Hurricanes after it's been all Brumbies so far in this last 10 minutes. Unfortunately, Hopper knocking that ball on as he charged over the 22. So it is going to be a scrum down now to the Hurricanes. Great defense from them in this first half. Just keeping the Brumbies out at all costs here. Right, so it's going to be a scrum down now to the Hurricanes inside their own 22. We've got about 14 minutes left in this first half. Make it 13. Tom Hopper is on for Darcy Swine at the moment. Is receiving attention for a bloody mouth after that tackle from Duplessis Karibi, who is in the bin for another 6.5 minutes. Right, throw coming from Luke Campbell now for this Hurricane side. They need to get out of their own 22 as quick as possible now. Right, scrum feed. The scrum goes down and the referee gives a penalty to the Hurricanes. So a chance for them now to set up a line out here, attacking line out for them coming up. Geordie Barrett will kick this downfield for the Hurricanes now. I don't know how they call these scrums because really looked like the Hurricanes player was going down first there. But regardless, Scott Sear is the man who's penalized. Still 5.5 minutes left on that yellow card for Duplessis Karibi. The kick from Geordie Barrett finds touch roundabout on a 10-meter line inside their own half. We've got 12 minutes left in this first half now. Can they do something with this? Is the Hurricanes. Dane Coles with a throw into this lineup. Taken beautifully by Devin Flanders off the back. They do form the maul, and now Dane Coles with it at the back of this maul. Who's going to come and help him? He wants this ball to get out. Luke Campbell needs to get there to get that. They're still trying to drive it forward. Not going to get there. Now Luke Campbell goes to the air. Who's going to chase this? Julian Savia. But a great take from Mac Hansen. Manhandled there by Julian Savia on their own 10-meter line as the Brumbies now. Hopper takes it in for the Brumbies. Now Ryan Lonergan, Lolasia. Out it goes to Henry Stowers. Loop around from Tom Banks. Long cut-out pass to Cutter. Great defense from Ruben Love there on him. The Brumbies going nowhere at the moment. Great defense from the Hurricanes. Alan Alatoa putting his head down. Needs to get quick ball now as the Brumbies. Roundabout between the 10 and the 22-meter line. It is going to be Ryan Lonergan to kick this over the top. Who's going to chase this down? Cutter will be chasing. Oh, there could be a penalty coming here for the Hurricanes after that little knock on. But it is only going to be a scrum down instead. So a knock on there from the number 7, Luke Reimer, into the hands of another Brumbies player, but the referee deemed it was accidental. So it is going to be only a scrum down. Inconsistent ruling, that one, because in reality it should be a penalty. We saw that in the Lions tour way back in 2017 when they toured New Zealand. That last gasp penalty being overturned into a scrum. But yeah, let's leave it at that. It is going to be a scrum down to the Hurricanes. Still 3.5 minutes left on that yellow card. 9 or 10 minutes left in this first half. It is going to be Luke Campbell to feed the scrum for the Hurricanes. Runabout just inside the Brumbies half. Little free kick coming for the Hurricanes now. Let's see if they're going to have another scrum down. Like I said before, at Alalatoa, Scott Seo is struggling at scrum time against this New Zealand franchises. We are going to have another scrum down. Dan Coles wants another scrum. How many times have we seen after a team struggled and they go for another scrum, they actually win a penalty? So if the Brumbies can get this, it would be good for them. But it is going to be now another scrum to the Hurricanes. Like I said, just inside the Brumbies half, around about 15 meters from the left-hand touchline. Scrum feed from Luke Campbell coming up. 8.5 minutes to go in this first half. Luke Campbell, a penalty this time for the Hurricanes. They did wheel this one is the Brumbies. So now we could have another line-out set up here for the Hurricanes and maybe a chance before half-time to get another try. 5 penalties conceded by the Brumbies, 4 from the Hurricanes. Jordy Barrett is going to go for touch here. 2 minutes left on that yellow card for the Hurricanes. He is going to kick this downfield and he's going to find touch. Let's see where it goes out. Run about 10 meters out from the Brumbies try line. So a big mauling effort is going to be needed if they want to score a try from here. 8 minutes left in this first half. Throwing from Dan Coles. And it's been taken by Scrafton. A little bit sloppy off the back. Artie Severe's got it and beats 2 defenders to go straight over the 22-meter line again. Now Luke Campbell. Out it goes to Numia. Numia puts his head down, still going. Now run about 10 meters out. They need support. Luke Campbell out to Artie Severe. Now it's Royasi. Royasi beats one up to the 5-meter line. Still going is Royasi. But a penalty against him. Held in the tackle and then he tried to stand up again. So a penalty for not releasing the ball then. Bad mistake. This is the second one for the Hurricanes today. These guys just refuse to be tackled. But to be fair to Royasi, he wasn't held in that tackle. But the referee deemed that he was. So penalty to the Brumbies. Finds touch. Runabout between the 22 and the 10-meter line inside their own half. And still 30 seconds left on that yellow card. 7 minutes to go in this first half. It is a really tight affair at the moment. Lakeland Lonergan with the throw into this lineup. He does find Hopper off the back now. Here they come as the Brumbies. It is taken forward now. A little knock on there from the number 7, Luke Reimer. And another chance now for the Hurricanes to do something with this. 6 minutes to go in this first half. A good opportunity now for the Hurricanes as Duplessis Karivi comes back onto the field. He received a yellow card for a dangerous tackle, shoulder to the head, but luckily there was a mitigating factor, and they only got a yellow card for that and not a red card. So opportunity now for the Hurricanes. Scrum down with 6 minutes to go, roundabout on the 22-meter line inside Brumbies half. Big moment in this game with 6 minutes to go. Can they get there? Let's see. Your Highness says, Ahwan, these New Zealanders are running roughshod over these Aussies. It's embarrassing to watch every game. They beat them by miles. I had a discussion earlier before this game actually started. The thing was that it's such good rugby that we're seeing, but the competition itself is so useless at the moment. But this has been a pretty good game. I must say these two teams are very much even at the moment. So it's just whether the Brumbies can hold on for the second half as well. But we'll have to see. Aniket says, go Canes. Big Canes fan, this one. So let's see, 7-all with 5 minutes to go. Can we see another try before half-time? It has been a very tight contest between these two. Great defense from the Hurricanes, great attacking from the Brumbies. Now Adi Sevilla off the back, gives it to Luke Campbell. There's a loop around from Jordy Barrett, but held up in a tackle by Lola Sia. They're going backwards. On the 10-meter line now is the Hurricanes' penalty advantage to them. So they will have another go at this for sure. Yep, we are going to come back for that penalty roundabout on the 10-meter line inside Brumbies half. And if I were the Hurricanes, I'd probably try and go for a kick at goal here, because they've been trying to get the points through lineouts, but not succeeding so far. And Adi Sevilla now have decided to go for goal, like expected. They will be looking to just take the lead before halftime. We've got 4 minutes left in this first half. Jordy Barrett going to attempt to get the 3 points for the Hurricanes. Around about 4 minutes before halftime. It's been such a tight contest. The Brumbies had a good go at them for a good 15-odd minutes, where the Hurricanes just had to defend for dear life. And then it changed again. The Brumbies' discipline, letting themselves down at vital stages of the game. Little handling errors here and there. But let's see what happens with this kick. We've got around about 3 minutes left in this first half. Can the Hurricanes take the lead before halftime? On the 10-meter line, Jordy Barrett lining this up, and it is going to go through. So the Hurricanes 10, Brumbies 7. What a tight contest this has been. We always expected this one to be a little bit tougher. Bertie says, I think the Lions is going to beat the Sharks today by 3. Sorry, I know you're a Sharks supporter. Oh, let's wait and see, Bertie. I think the Sharks might just put them for that one. We need it for the competition's sake. The kick-off from the Brumbies taken by Luke Campbell, and he bundles it into touch roundabout on the 10-meter line. 2.5 minutes to go. The thing is, Bertie, I think the Sharks are going to hit back after that loss to the Stormers, and I don't think the Lions will be able to repeat what they did against the Bulls, but you never know. We'll have to wait and see. The lineup from the Hurricanes taken on the 10-meter line inside their own half, so 1 lineout steal for the Hurricanes here. 2 minutes to go in this first half. Can they do this? Luke Campbell is controlling it off the back of that ruck. They're definitely going to try and hit this over the head with this little box kick over the top. Here we go. Ray Hussey is chasing this Lamape as well. Good take there from Kata. Driven back in a tackle by Lamape. But the Brumbies have got this back now. Guzeli, out it goes to Rob Valentini with a brilliant pass to him. And Valentini's still going up to the 10-meter line now. Needs quick ball, but it's been turned over by the Hurricanes. And here comes Billy Proctor. Billy Proctor with the miracle offload, just not getting it. And it looks like it still comes back to the Hurricanes side. Julian Savia, now a chance here for the Hurricanes before half-time. Just outside the 22, Luke Campbell. Artie Savia pick and go. Over the 22-meter he goes, so strong on his feet. Now Luke Campbell again, Ruben Love, Numia. Now Lamape puts a little stab ahead, but beautifully stopped by Kuzelli. But it comes back to the Hurricanes side. And here comes Numia again, 10 meters out now. A minute left in this first half. Here we go, Lamape putting his head down, not getting too much ground. Still around 10, 15 meters out. Now Blackwell charging his way forward. Luke Campbell needs to get quick possession now for the Hurricanes. Here we go. Billy Proctor, the man who instigated everything, just inside the 22. Brumbies defense holding well. Now Ruben Love back to Julian Savia, inside to Lamape. Great defense from Lonergan. Now Luke Campbell again. Tyrell Lomax. Now Ray Hussey. Ray Hussey trying to step his way, but a penalty to the Brumbies. Obstruction. And is less than 10 seconds left in this first half. Will they wait out the time, or will they still go for the line out here? The kick from Tom Banks is going to find touch. Roundabout on a 10-meter line inside the Hurricanes. So they will have a last go at this Hurricanes side before half-time. Rayasi has been very inconsistent today, giving away a couple of penalties, not really making an impact on the run so far. Line up from Leighton Lonergan now. He's going to find Nick Frost. Now Lalasia. Out it goes to Valentini again. They're making this move count every single time. Scott Seo now comes inside to Tom Banks. Beat the first defender. Just outside of 22 now is the Brumbies. Ryan Lonergan. Lalasia trying to step the two forwards, but runs into Dane Coles, and he is going to be held up for sure this time round. And let's see what's going to happen. It is going to be a scrum down to the Hurricanes. So that is going to be the end of the first half. The Hurricanes leading by 10 points to 7 here at halftime. And we've seen a very, very, very tight contest so far between these two teams. It's been brutal at times. The Brumbies having a go. Then it's the Hurricanes having a go. But the overall winner for today so far has been the defense of both these two teams. Great effort from both sides. Little niggles, little errors creeping in here and there, and a lot of penalties as well. But hopefully the second half will deliver the goods. I will be back in around about 5 minutes' time, as I will be bringing you guys the second half. Don't go anywhere. Right, we are back for the second half, guys. This has been a great game so far. I'm just checking out the thing here quickly. Do you think we're going to see any surprises in the squad tonight? Oh, I don't know. It's going to be one of those ones where a few inexperienced guys might get picked from the Springbok squad, but I'm not expecting too many surprises really because there's been a lot of debate who will be the new guys in the side. I think the likes of Windesili, Similani, Jasper Wiese, Roscoe Speckman, those type of guys will definitely be joining in on that Springbok squad for sure. But apart from that, I don't expect too many strange names popping up for the Springbok announcement tonight. Get back to this game. It's been a really brutal battle in defense from both sides. I must say I've been really impressed with the guys so far. Let's quickly go through these guys. Scott Seo and Alan Otoa, as predicted, are struggling against this New Zealand franchise prop forwards, which is a bit of a surprise. And I'm a little bit worried for Australian rugby because Numia and Lomax, not the greatest of scrummages, and are really struggling against those. But Lakeland Lonergan has had a fantastic game off the back at number 2 so far. Darcy Swine was good when he was on the field. He got replaced by Hopper roundabout on the 20-minute mark. Then Nick Frost has been solid. Rob Valentini has been darting that balls down, running that line breaks brilliantly for the Brumbies so far. Luke Reimer has been really quiet so far in his first half. Henry Stowers had a fantastic game so far at number 8, really taking it to these Hurricanes side. Then Ryan Lonergan, Noah Lalasia has been pretty solid off the back as well. Lalasia sending away Bailey Kuzelli and Len Ikitawa on a few occasions so far. But Ryan Lonergan really cleaning out very nicely, and I won't be surprised if he's going to be one of the names on the Wallaby sheet a little bit later on. Then Solomon Kata has had a few good runs so far as well. Tom Banks have been pretty solid off the back as well. And Mac Hansen has had few chances so far. For the Hurricanes, Xavier Numia and Tyrell Lomax have been brilliant. They've been taking the ball up phenomenally, putting Scott Seo and Alan Otoa under tremendous pressure. Dane Coles is always phenomenal. He's just a really quality number 2. But Leighton Lonergan standing his man against Dane Coles so far. James Blackwell, Scott Scrofton has been good in the lineouts. Both teams, I think, have lost one lineout so far. So apart from that, it's been pretty good. Devin Flanders and Adi Savia working really hard at the rucks, trying to turn over that ball. They've had a good few take-ups in the line, setting things up for the back line quite tremendously. Duplessis Karibi, on the other hand, has been a little bit disappointing so far, giving away a few penalties and then also getting that yellow card in that first half. Apart from that, he hasn't made too much of an impact. Adi Savia is always very, very strong. Luke Campbell, Ruben Love, not the perfect combination at 9 and 10, but at least they're doing the job so far. So Leslie Rehasi has been inconsistent, giving away also a couple of penalties in this game, not really making an impact when he gets the ball, running too sideways maybe a little bit, and then inexperience definitely counting against him at the moment. Then Gani Lamape and Billy Proctor has been really good. Lamape taking the ball up very nicely for the team. Billy Proctor has hit a few gaps so far, looking really good. And then Julian Savia has had a couple of good runs as well. And then Geordie Barrett off the back has been very consistent as well. Smitty Toilet says, match New Zealand teams, you reckon? Well, they're definitely matching this first half so far, Smitty, to be quite honest. The Brumbies have surprised even myself at the moment because I didn't think that they would match up. And the best of all is that they got a strong bench coming up in the second half. Falau Fainga, Tom Hopper is already on the field. Tom Cusack, Nick White, Ira Simone, and Tom Wright all on that bench who could make a significant impact when they do come on. And when you look at the Hurricanes bench, I really rate Riccatelli. He's a phenomenal hooker. Isaiah Walker-Lewera, I'm looking forward to see what he can do. Alex Fido, obviously, of course, Gareth Evans, and then Wes Goosen. But I'm really looking forward to see what the Brumbies bench can do in the second half. But at halftime, it is the Brumbies 7, the Hurricanes 10. The Hurricanes were forced to go for goal towards the end of the first half, as they just couldn't breach this Brumbies defense in the end. Smitty Toilet says, I reckon the Brumbies Reds have been off to a rough start. They're slightly warming up. So, yeah, if you look at it this way, if the Brumbies managed to draw with the Crusaders, it would have made so much of a big difference to maybe the Brumbies campaign. But I must admit that the Reds campaign has been really disappointing so far in many aspects, because they are the AU champions, and we expected the Reds to at least give the New Zealand franchises a go in this competition, but it's just not worked out that way for them. Brumbies, on the other hand, has been disappointing as well after that loss to the Crusaders. It just felt like they really just lost the plot down the line. But we are now going to go into the second half now. It is going to be a kickoff very, very shortly. So let's see what the second half can bring. Maybe the Brumbies can beat the Hurricanes and then end their expectations of reaching the final as well, because it's going to be a close call between the Brumbies and the Crusaders for that top two spots. So here we go. Geordie Barrett with the restart for the second half. It is going to, it's been knocked on by the Brumbies almost immediately. And now a penalty to the Hurricanes as it's been played in an offside position by one of the Brumbies players as well. Then Smitty says also would love to see the South African teams back, and wonder if they'll be able to intercept the outcome, because they have Super B teams as well. Well, the thing with the South African teams, I think we are going to move to Europe next season, playing in the Pro 16. I mean, they've now started the Rainbow Cup just as a warm-up to that. So possibly we will see the South African franchises in a Pro 16 next season, playing against the likes of Leinster, Munster, Ulster, and then the Ospreys and those teams. But like I mentioned earlier, I would love to see a World League where this New Zealand franchises get to take on the best in the world, like the French side and everything. So the penalty from Geordie Barrett has hit the upright. So no goal for the Hurricanes there after a minute of play in the second half. It is going to stay 10 points to 7, and it wasn't very characteristic from Geordie Barrett to miss that one. So 22-meter dropout now for the Brumbies. Lolasia to get this underway again. The deep kick in from him is going to find Roy Hussey on halfway. Now gives it out to Lamape, straightening the line, but gets bundled back in a tackle. Roundabout on halfway now, Luke Campbell. Now Dane Coles offload to Blackwell. Again, held up in a tackle beautifully by Hopper and Valentini. Now forcing Ruben Love to go to the air. It is going to be chased down by Lolasia, but he's knocked it. Has he knocked this on? Yes, he has. So it's going to be a scrum down to the Hurricanes, roundabout on a 10-meter line inside Brumbies half. Smitty Toilet says, would be cool to see a World Cup championship. Absolutely. Imagine the likes of Clermont and Toulouse and La Rochelle up against the Crusaders, Hurricanes, even Brumbies, Sharks, Stormers. That would be really great. Crusaders facing Toulouse, Exeter Chiefs, Leinster, etc. That would be mouth-watering stuff to see. But I don't think we are at that point just yet. Maybe in the future, I don't know. We were talking about this the other day, that we might have a Club World Cup at some stage, with all the development going on with the South African teams now joining the Pro 16 as well. Scrum feed from Luke Campbell of the back. Artie Sevilla now taken down by Rob Valentini and Ryan Lonergan. Luke Campbell now again to Geordie Barrett. They're going to try and this is Billy Proctor. Gets tackled behind the advantage line, but rips out of the tackle up to the 10-meter line. They go now. Lamape going sideways. Now moving forward. Good defense there from Reimer. Will the Hurricanes get this back? Yes, Luke Campbell. Out it goes to Scrofton on the 10-meter line. Great defense from the Brumbies, and they win the penalty on the ground, holding on by one of the Hurricanes players. It's Stowers who got the penalty there for the Brumbies, and now Tom Banks will thump this downfield into touch. Smitty Toilet said, and if so, what will be your two final teams and maybe the outcome? Well, I'm going to mention you just in a bit. It is now the Hurricanes over the 10-meter line inside their own half on the attack. So Luke Campbell out to Karivi, puts his head down. Just waiting for the ball is Luke Campbell now. He's going to try and put this over the top of a box kick now. Chase from Sio, couldn't get it. And now the chase is on from Julian Savia into the hands of Lolasia. Switches with Tom Banks. Tom Banks going forward up to the 10-meter line, over the 10-meter line now. Ryan Lonergan out to Valentini, puts his head down, goes almost up to halfway now. Ryan Lonergan again. Lolasia, Henry Stowers out to Kuzeli. Kuzeli trying to break free, almost up to halfway now. Ryan Lonergan. Out it goes to Lolasia with a little chip kick over the top. Chased by Tom Banks, and he's got it up to the 10-meter line inside the Hurricanes half now. But a penalty, is there a penalty coming to the Hurricanes? No, we are going to come back. It seems like it's going to be a penalty to the Brumbies round about and halfway. So to answer your question there, Smitty Toilet, I think it is, if you look at two teams for a final, I do rate the Bulls very highly at the moment. They're looking really good, but I would probably say the Crusaders against maybe Toulouse for that final. That would be, on a current form, I think those two will be the ones who should reach a final, with maybe the Bulls and somebody else in the other semi-finals. Presty Quick says, how's the game going? It's a very, very tight game at the moment. 3 points in this. And now the Brumbies just outside the 22 of the Hurricanes. Nick Frost taking that lineup now. Lonergan back inside to Kata, knocks it on, unfortunately. And now the Hurricanes have an opportunity to get out of their own 22, about 10 meters from their own try line. Luke Campbell waiting for Ruben Love, and Love is going to kick this downfield into touch, finding touch roundabout between the 10 and the 22 of the Hurricanes. Another chance now for the Brumbies maybe to have a go at them. 6 minutes into the second half. It's a 3-point game. Lonergan with the throw-in. It's been overthrown and now Dane Cole's got it for the Hurricanes. Gives it out to Ray Hussey. They're over the 10-meter line inside their own half. Now Luke Campbell, Ruben Love again with the kick downfield. Trying to find space. Does find space, but it's not going to find touch. And into the hands of Lolasia. Now Tom Banks under pressure from Billy Proctor. Can the Hurricanes counter shove this one? Who's going to get this ball? The Hurricanes won't get it. Ryan Lonergan's got it. Now it comes out to Hopper. Hopper puts his head down for the Brumbies. 10 meters out from their own try line. Ryan Lonergan now. Out it goes to Lolasia. Gives it to Kuzeli. There's a chance here for McHanson now. McHanson tackled really well there by the Hurricanes. But still they come now. Nick Frost over the 22. Duplessis Kariri trying to go over that ball. Couldn't get it. Now Ryan Lonergan to Lakeland Lonergan. But the ball spills loose. But it's going to be a penalty against the Hurricanes for being offside there. 7 minutes into the second half. And the Brumbies now have a chance to get inside the Hurricanes half and attack. Great attacking play from both sides so far. Just moving it up and down the field. But again, just a little errors creeping in that's costing both teams dearly at the moment. Tom Banks to kick this downfield and finds touch. Roundabout between the 10 and halfway of the Hurricanes. Opportunity for the Brumbies to go on the attack now. Lakeland Lonergan to throw it in this lineup for the Brumbies. 8 minutes gone in this first half now. Can they do something with this? It's taken by Harper, but interference from the Hurricanes, and they've won this ball now. It is Julian Savia who's charging down the middle. Up to halfway he goes. Quick ball needed now. Luke Campbell out to Artie Savia. Ruben Love. Geordie Barrett on halfway. Loses it in the tackle, but goes backwards. Rehassi now in possession for the Hurricanes. Good defense from Hopper on him. Luke Campbell waiting for it. Now it's Numia. Numia tries to put his head down. Luke Campbell again waiting for the ball. The Hurricanes have lost plenty of ground now. Geordie Barrett with a little chip kick over the top. Is it going to be collected by Tom Banks? Throws the pass out to Kuzelli. Now it's McHanson. McHanson over halfway now. Opportunity for them to attack now. Ryan Lonergan out to brother Lakeland Lonergan. Tom Banks spins out of a tackle now. Hopper. They're over halfway as the Brumbies at the moment. Karibi goes down, but he can't get it now. Ryan Lonergan with a kick over the top. Chased by Solomon Kata. Who's going to win this now? Geordie Barrett does win it. Sidestep Kata and kicks it downfield. Now it's chased back by the Brumbies just outside their own 22. Lolasia out to Tom Banks. He's going to run it up to halfway. Beats Geordie outside, still going. Over halfway now, Tom Banks. 5 meters from the right-hand touchline. Hopper now puts his head down for the Brumbies. Ryan Lonergan. Back it goes to Kuzelli. Straightening the line. Breaks through the middle. Here comes Kuzelli. Can he beat the last defender? He beats Geordie Barrett, but the cover defense is good. Ryan Lonergan now. Out it goes to McHanson with the little cross kick, and it's going to run into touch. Unfortunately there for the Brumbies. Great breakaway from Kuzelli there, and nearly trouble for the Hurricanes. 10 minutes gone in the second half. It is going to be a defensive line out to the Hurricanes, 5 meters from their own try line. Great breakaway from Kuzelli, and nearly going all the way, but good cover defense from Numia, and then the cross kick from McHanson, just not finding Stowers on the outside. Looking promising is this Brumbies side in the second half. Nick White is now onto the field in the place of Ryan Lonergan, who's had a phenomenal game for the Brumbies. Great stuff from the youngster. Throw in by the Hurricanes, taken by Devin Flanders. Now Ari Sevilla, about 10 meters from their own try line. The Hurricanes now. Luke Campbell out to Ruben Love, puts it to the boot, and is going to find touch roundabout on between the 10 and half, well, in the 22 of the Hurricanes. Another chance now for the Brumbies. Throwing coming from Lakeland Lonergan now. Who's going to find this jump? Will it be Hopper or Frost? Frost takes it off the back. Nick White. Out it goes to the number 22. Era Simone is also on the field for the Brumbies now. It does come back to Nick White. Now change of direction. McHanson. McHanson beats one defender, brought down by Lamar Payne. 5 meters up from the 22 now, middle of the field. Here comes Alan Alatoa. Puts his head down, but goes nowhere. Nick White. Now it goes out to Nick Frost again. Just outside the 22 now, but a penalty coming the way of the Brumbies. Still going now. Ikitoa breaks through. He beats 3 defenders to the try line, and Ikitoa is over for the try for the Brumbies. Out of nowhere, the Brumbies strike, and it is now 12 points to 10 for the Brumbies. Great stuff from them. It had to happen at some stage, as the Hurricanes was just defending the whole time. Nick White inside pass to Ikitoa, and then weak defense from Ruben Love, who sees the Brumbies go over for their second try of this game. First Artie Sevilla, then it was Ruben Love, who just couldn't make the tackle on Ikitoa. Brumbies take the lead. Ashton says yes. Wow, it is a big moment in this game with about 28 minutes to go in the second half. Big moment for the Brumbies. 1 try tonight, 2 in Trans-Tasman, and I just couldn't see the rest of it for Ikitoa. But a great breakaway try from him, beating 3 defenders on his way to that try. Nick White is going to be the guy who's going to try and kick this for the Brumbies. I'm not used to seeing Nick White being the goal kicker, so something must be wrong with Lolasia somewhere. Right, let's see what happens with this one. Nick White with the conversion attempt. And it is going to go to the right of the post. So 12 points to 10 with 27 minutes to go in this game. Oh, Lolasia got injured after he tried to tackle Julian Savia. So that is probably why Ira Simone is onto the field as well. Right, restart from Geordie Barrett now. And that is a very deep kick into the hands of Mac Hansen, who's been getting into the second half a lot more now. Puts it into touch, roundabout between the 10 and 22 meter line inside their own half. Opportunity maybe for the Hurricanes to strike back. Dan Coles looked to go quickly, but he has to wait. Right, now the throw-in coming from Dan Coles. It is taken. Oh, it's been stolen by Hopper for the Brumbies. And here they come again, up to the 10 meter line inside their own half. Bad mistake from the Hurricanes this time round. Nick White came with the box kick over the top. Mac Hansen will be chasing this. No, he won't. It is, in fact, Valentini thumping tackle on the Hurricanes there. Can they counter-ruck this ball? No, Artie Savia's got it. Loose ball to Ruben Love, who kicks it downfield. Who's going to be underneath this one? Oh, a little knock-on from Kazeli. And a bad mistake there from the Brumbies. It's going to be a scrum down right in the middle of the field between the 10 and 22 meter line inside Brumbies half. 25 minutes to go in this game. It's all to play for in this game. Thumping tackle from Valentini on Geordie Barrett there. And nearly they managed to counter-ruck that as well. Timing was perfect from Valentini. And then, unfortunately, Kazeli just couldn't hold on to that ball in the air. Apart from that little mistake from him, he's had a tremendously good game so far. Gareth Evans now on for Devin Flanders as well. And I've also seen Isaiah Walker-Lewera on as well for the Hurricanes. Two teams bringing on that reinforcements. Both really great players for the Hurricanes as well. So head-to-head, 13 turnovers conceded by the Brumbies, 5 by the Hurricanes, 8 handling errors Brumbies, 1 Hurricanes. 9 penalties conceded by the Hurricanes today, 7 by the Brumbies. Here comes the Hurricanes now. A loop around into Ruben Love, but he makes a mess of it. And it's kicked forward here by Ira Simone. Oh, he dives onto Geordie Barrett there, lucky not to get away to give away a penalty. The Hurricanes got this 5 meters outside their own 22 now. Luke Campbell, out it goes to another replacement on the field is Raketti Stones for the Hurricanes. Comes out to Geordie Barrett, who's going to kick this downfield straight into the hands of Tom Banks. Here we go. But no, it was Mac Hansen, sorry, and he's knocked it on as well. So it looks like there is a little bit of an influence of the wind in the air in the second half. 2 knock-ons now coming from the back three of the Brumbies in quick succession. Scrum down to the Hurricanes on the 10-meter line inside Brumbies half now. Just as Mac Hansen has been coming into this game looking really good. But now he made a little mistake. So Falau Fainga coming on for Lakeland Lonergan as well as Tom Wright now onto the field. Let's see who he replaces. Having another phenomenal game was Lakeland Lonergan today. Right, Tom Wright is on for Salamoni Kata. So Kata not getting his way today with the Hurricanes. But he's had a solid game. 24 minutes to go in this second half. It is now scrum down to Hurricanes. Round about in the middle of the field on the 10-meter line in that Brumbies half. It is going to be Luke Campbell to feed the scrum. Let's see what's going to happen with this, guys. Big scrum needed from the Brumbies. And they do push them back now. Artie Sevilla under pressure. Karibi gets it for them. Now Luke Campbell with a little kick over the top. It is into the hands of Mac Hansen again. Mac Hansen beats one defender but gets tackled now. Ruck has been formed. Nick White, out it goes to Stowers. 5 meters out from their own 22 now. Nick White controlling into the back of that ruck for him. 23 minutes left in this game. Nick White now with the kick over the top. It is going to be chased down by, let's see who's going to chase this. Geordie Barrett's got it. Oh, Geordie Barrett beats one defender, tries the miracle offload. Not going to get it, but into the hands of Gareth Evans on the 10-meter line. Luke Campbell, out it goes to Tyrell Lomax. Now, Numia who takes it down for them. Luke Campbell gets it again. They've lost ground again. Ruben Love now gives it out to Rai Hassi. Little offload to Billy Proctor. Over halfway goes the Hurricanes now. Quick ball needed from Luke Campbell. Luke Campbell, out it goes to Lawera. Now Ruben Love straightening the line for them. Lawera looks tremendously overweight at the moment. Right, so a penalty to the Hurricanes there. Winning the penalty on the ground. Player tackler not releasing. So Nick Frost, the guilty party there. And I'm a little bit shocked to see that Isaiah Walker Lawera looks really overweight at the moment. But it might just be that I haven't seen him play in a very long time. The kick downfield from the Hurricanes is going to find touch 5 meters out from the try line. Big moment coming up now in this game. Can the Hurricanes score the try that could break the spirit of this Brumbies side? 5 meters out from the try line. We've got 21 minutes to go in this game. We are receiving some attention for one of the Brumbies players at the moment. So it's a really big moment coming up in this game for the Hurricanes. 5 meters out from the try line. Will they be able to do this? Don't forget the Wallabies taking on France. It starts at July 7th. We will be covering all those games for you guys. If you want to watch it live, it will be on Stan Sport, Super Sport, and I'm not sure where the other ones will be. Roy Gard is now also on for him. Braden Iossi on for Duplessis Karibi. And then Alex Fido for Tyrell Lomax. So the Hurricanes now bringing in that reinforcements as we await the restart of this game. 5 meters out from the Brumbies try line. Just some attention to a few injured players at the moment. Dane Coles is going to attempt this throw-in for the Hurricanes. 5 meters out from the try line. Walking very slowly to the line here is the Hurricanes now. Throw-in taken by Walker Lawera. Controlled at the back here, but great shot from the Brumbies. And into touch they go. Can you believe this? The Brumbies have counter-mauled this Hurricanes attempt. But will we see? Now, we do have another penalty coming for the Hurricanes. They have done it illegally so. No, it's not. It is the lineup to the Brumbies. So it's taken by Nick Frost off the back now. Nick White under pressure. Beats the first defender though. 5 meters out from their own try line is the Brumbies. They need to get a scrum off going now. Philao Fainga is the man there at scrum off for them. Taken forward by Reimer. Luke Reimer making a few headway. 10 meters out from their own try line is the Brumbies now. 20 minutes to go in this game. Nick White controlling it at the back of this ruck. He is going to go with the box kick over the top. And will he find touch? Yes, he will. And that goes out round about between the 10 and 22 of the Brumbies. Another chance now for the Hurricanes. Dane Coles with the throw-in. Not happy about something there at the moment. And also Henry Stowers have gone down for the Brumbies again. So this game just slowing down a little bit through injury now. We've seen a lot of players already leaving the field as well, being replaced. But the moment that saved the Brumbies here so far was that big counter maul from them 5 meters out from their own try line. Right, so let's see what's going to happen here while we wait for the attendance. We've had some really good play by the Brumbies tonight. They've really looked much better than they have in the last couple of games. And I must say I'm really impressed with the likes of who's really been the outstanding players. Has been Rob Valentini, Nick Frost, Henry Stowers have been brilliant. Ryan Lonergan has been really good. Mac Hansen has got into the second half pretty solidly. And then also the likes of Bailey Kuzelli has been brilliant for them as well. So bad news is that Henry Stowers will be leaving the field now. And we'll just have to wait and see who comes on. I think it might be Kautua who will be coming on. Right, here comes the Hurricanes. Roundabout on halfway now, up to the 10-meter line goes Lamape. It is Tom Cusack who's replaced Henry Stowers. Now, Walker Lawera, 10 meters out from the 22 now. Quick ball required now for them. Back inside it goes to Ray Hussey, but there is a little forward pass there, and not what the Hurricanes were looking for, as the pass from Roygard went forward there to Ray Hussey. 19 minutes left in the second half. Not what they would have wanted at this stage. It's actually a forward pass from Walker Lawera to Ray Hussey. So not what they would have wanted as the Hurricanes. They're just making silly mistakes that's costing them the game so far. Take nothing away from this Brumbies side today. They've been brilliant on the attack and defense. But on a normal day, if the Hurricanes didn't make as many mistakes as they did, I think they would have been in quite comfortably today. Just out of interest, the last 6 out of 10 games, the Brumbies have actually won against the Hurricanes. So we always expected a very close game between these two teams, especially with the Brumbies at home. 18 minutes left in this game. We're going to have another reset scrum now. Can this replacements of the Hurricanes do it for them, or will the Brumbies hold out for a famous victory here in Trans-Tasman? If they do hold on, it will only be the second win for the Australian franchises in this competition. But still plenty of time left to go. Scrum feed from Nick White now. Free kick to the Brumbies. What will they do? In no rush to take it quickly is Nick White. Raketi Stone's the penalised guy there. And the Brumbies decides to go for another scrum. Or did they? No, they haven't. It is going to probably be kicked. Yeah, they're going for another scrum. Or not. Let's see what they decide to do. Yeah, it is going to be another scrum. A bit of confusion there from the referee. Just having a laugh about that one. So scrum down to the Brumbies again. We have 17 minutes to go in the second half. Nick White to feed this for the Brumbies. Is this the right decision? Shouldn't they maybe have just tried to kick this downfield and chase it down? Now they do risk the chance to concede a penalty, or maybe get the opportunity to get a penalty as well. Harrison Lloyd is on for Scott Sear as well for the Brumbies now. Scrum goes down, and we're going to have another reset. So plenty of time getting wasted here through these resets at the moment. I think we might have almost wasted 4 minutes with just this one scrum, if I'm not wrong. All right, so hopefully the next one is going to be better. The referee needs to start making a decision here on this reset scrums now. We've got 16 minutes left in this second half. Nick White to throw this in for the Brumbies. 2 points the difference at the moment. And another scrum goes down. This time it's a penalty to the Brumbies, and exactly what they wanted. So a bad mistake from the Hurricanes there, and a chance for the Brumbies to get into the half of the Hurricanes. Front row collapsing. There's the penalty for, and it's going to be Tom Banks to thump this downfield for him. And it goes into touch, run about 5 meters out from the 22. A chance here for the Brumbies to seal this game off. Trojan says shop. Looks like he's saying shop. So, yeah, here comes Ricky Riccatelli for the Hurricanes as well. Dan Cole's now leaving the field. And I must tell you, I'm very excited to see how this Riccatelli guy goes. Bilal Fainga with the throw in for the Brumbies, taken by Nick Frost. Now Nick White, out it goes to Ira Simoni, who straightens the line. Still going now Kuzeli. Kuzeli almost made a mess of that one, but is going forward now at the moment. Will we see? It's going to be a scrum down to the Hurricanes. Ball not coming out at that ruck. So great work there by the Hurricanes, stopping that for them. So Kuzeli, as good as he's been in the first half, has made quite a few errors in the second half. And not what we want to see from him as well. Right, it's going to be a scrum down to the Hurricanes now with about 15 minutes left in this game. Scrum down to the Hurricanes and a chance for Roy Gard to feed this for the Hurricanes. They're about 5 meters up from their own 22 is the Hurricanes right in the middle of the field. 14 minutes to go in the second half. What's going to happen here? 2 points the difference. As it stands, the Hurricanes will only get a bonus point for losing within 7. Ari Xavier of the back to Geordie Barrett. Oh, it's been charged down from him. Great charge down from Kuzeli. Now Geordie Barrett's got it again. Beats Valentini on the outside. Now kicks it downfield again. Into the hands of Tom Banks on halfway now. On halfway, still going. Still going is Tom Banks up to the 10-meter line. Now needs support. Will he get it? A penalty to the Brumbies. This is a big one. Penalty on the 10-meter line, around 5 meters from the left-hand touch line. Laumape, the guilty party there, not rolling away. And now what will the Brumbies do with this one? Surely they need to go for touch again. Big moments in this game now. 2 points the difference between these two sides. The Brumbies holding on here, now getting the penalty as well. And they are going to go for touch, finding touch, roundabout on the 22-meter line. 13 minutes to go in this second half. Opportunity maybe for the Brumbies to seal this off. They've got a 22 meters to go to steal this game from the Hurricanes today. Let's see what happens with this one. Thrown in by Bilal Fainga, taken by Nick Frost off the back, and it's not thrown in straight. So the Hurricanes let off the hook there. It's going to be a scrum down to the Hurricanes right on the 22-meter line inside their own half. We've got 12 minutes to go in this game. Bad mistake from Bilal Fainga there, not throwing the ball straight in. And the Hurricanes definitely let off the hook. That could have been a match changing this moment in this game for the Brumbies. Instead, it's going to be a scrum down. Roy Gard to feed the scrum for the Hurricanes. 12 minutes to go in this game. Can they find some magic somewhere, this Hurricane side? They will need to try and play this from inside their own half now. Roy Gard with the feed to the scrum. And it goes down, and a penalty to the Hurricanes this time. The referee's had enough of this resets. And a big scrum there from the replacement prop, Alex Fido. So Geordie Barrett now going to hit this downfield for them. He's going to find touch. Let's see where he's going to find the touch. It's going to be found roundabout between the 10 and the 22-meter line of the Brumbies. So a great opportunity now for the Hurricanes to get this lead here that they so desperately need. 11 minutes to go in this game. Ruben Love now getting replaced as well. Let's just see who's going to replace him. It is looking like it's Wes Goosen who's on. Oh, the lineout has been stolen by the Brumbies and kicked downfield by Nick White. The ball's still running. 5 meters out from the Hurricanes try line. It's taken by Wes Goosen as well now. Up 10 meters out from their own try line. Alex Fido bashing his way forward up to the 22-meter line inside their own half. Here they come again. Brumbies nearly capitalizing on that mistake from the Hurricanes. And now Geordie Barrett is going to thump this downfield again. And he's going to find touch. Roundabout on the 10-meter line inside Brumbies half. Quickly taken now. Tom Banks. Out it goes to Tom Wright. Tom Wright stepping Rayasi now. Valentini over halfway to go. and a pass to Ikitawa, not going to hand into touch. It is going to be a line out now to the Hurricanes, just inside their own half. 10 minutes to go in this game. It could go any way. Line out to the Hurricanes, just inside their own half. Now roundabout on the 10-meter line, inside their own half now. Throw in from Ricky Riccatelli. He finds Gareth Evans off the back. Ball has been formed now. Hurricanes driving this forward now. What can they do with this? Still going forward is the Hurricanes. Almost up to halfway. Penalty to the Hurricanes. Player coming in from the side. So a chance now for the Hurricanes to pump this downfield and set up another lineup. I don't know how many chances they want in this game, but they've had plenty of it and they've wasted it quite often in this game. 9 minutes to go in the second half. The kick from Jordy Barrett is going to take place now. Let's see where he gets to find touch. Roundabout between the 10 and the 22 inside Brumbies half. Throw-in taken by Blackwell, but it's sloppy off the back. Riccatelli needs to cover there for the Hurricanes. Is it going to come back to their side? No, it's not. It's going to be a penalty to the Brumbies. And with 9 minutes to go, that is a big steal on the ground for the Brumbies. Beautiful steal there from Harry Lloyd, winning that penalty for the Brumbies with 8 minutes to go in this game. They can now set this up in this half of the Hurricanes. Tom Banks with this kick now. He's going to find touch on the 10-meter line inside Hurricanes half. Bad mistakes from the Hurricanes, just not up to standard today. Creeping in that old mistakes that we saw in the Super Rugby Aotearoa earlier this year. Throw in from Falai Fainga, needs to find his jumper now. Nick Frost got it for him off the back. Now the Brumbies on the 10-meter line inside Hurricanes half. Taken up by Irasimoni with a little dab through, but it's just down now by the Hurricanes. And here comes Julian Savia up to the 10-meter line. Now Ray Hussey beats one defender, tries the miracle pass to Adi Savia. Over the 10-meter line they go now. Chance here for them to maybe... Oh, and a penalty advantage coming for the Hurricanes now, just outside the 22. It is Gareth Evans taking it up to the 22-meter line. Now Roy Gard, Atticus to Leroy Walker, and a beautiful offload to Alex Spedo. Alex Spedo is going to go all the way. Straight under the post is the Hurricanes, and a brilliant try from the replacement prop forward. That is going to be the neck breaker today. Somehow the Hurricanes have managed to steal this game with about 7 minutes to go. Conversion to come. The Hurricanes take the lead. But what pace shown there by the replacement prop forward, Alex Fido. He ran like a center there. We're just going to... Oh, we might have to come back here. There's a knock-on from Adi Savia. Roundabout on, is that on the 10-meter line inside Brumbies half. We'll just have another look at this. Oh, was it a knock-on? It doesn't look like it. With 6.5 minutes to go, this could be a big call. A really, really big call. Let's see what the TMO decide with this one. Let's just see if there was any contact. Oh, he might have had his hand on that ball. So I think we might... There's the touch of the ball, hits the ground. And I think that will be a knock-on from Adi Savia. We'll just have to wait and see. I think there's a penalty coming for the Hurricanes if this is not a try. Let's see what the team, a big call for him to make. Oh, it's so close. I can't even make that decision. Ashton says, oh no. Let's see what the decision will be. So no try, guys. It is going to be a knock-on from Adi Savia. So the Brumbies somehow have survived. Right, so Brumbies 12, Hurricanes 10 We've got 7.5 minutes to go in this game. 7.5 minutes to go. Let's see if it's going to be a scrum down to them. Yeah, it is going to be a scrum down to the Brumbies on their own 10-meter line. 6 minutes to go in this game now. That was a big moment in this game. So close. That's the difference. That's the margin between winning and losing this game today. With 6 minutes to go, scrum down to the Brumbies on their own 10-meter line, about 5 meters from the left-hand touch line. Right, scrum feed from Nick White now. Opportunity for the Brumbies to maybe get out of their own half. But if I were them, I would try to hold on to this ball because you don't want to give the Hurricanes an opportunity. Scrum feed from Nick White. Let's see what happens. And to the Brumbies this time. And they will have the opportunity to get into the half of the Hurricanes now. We've seen so many penalties at scrum time today. And it's Harry Lloyd, the man who instigated that penalty for the Brumbies. Really could have gone anyway. But it is Ricketti Stone who got penalized there for collapsing in the front row. Brilliant stuff. Yeah, as that kick now finds touch between the 10 and halfway inside the Hurricanes half. So not a lot of distance made with that kick. We've got 3.5 minutes to go in this game. As it stands, the Hurricanes will only get a losing bonus point from this. The Brumbies will take 4. Alan Alatoa now been replaced as well for the Brumbies, and it is Sefu Kuatai who comes on. Line out stolen by the Hurricanes now, and a chance here for them to attack. Geordie Barrett got caught behind the advantage line now, just outside their own 22. Can the Hurricanes run this from all the way out? 3.5 minutes to go. Riccatelli just about 10 meters out from their own 22. Penalty advantage coming for the Hurricanes this time. Now taken forward by them up to the 10-meter line now. Rehasi nearly up to halfway for the Hurricanes now. Roygard, little dab from Geordie Barrett and into the hands of Ikitoa. And we are going to come, whoa, it's going to be a penalty on halfway now for the Hurricanes. Unbelievable into this game with 3 minutes to go. A penalty to the Hurricanes, roundabout on halfway. And surely Geordie Barrett will have a shot at goal here. This is going to be a big one. Will Geordie Barrett go for goal or will they set it up? It's definitely going to be a shot at goal from Geordie Barrett now. On halfway, right in the middle of the field. It is going to be a penalty to the Hurricanes. Obstructing the player, charging for that ball is the reason for the penalty. So with 2 minutes to go in this game, big kick coming up for Geordie Barrett. He's missed one so far. Will this be the deciding moment in this game? Geordie Barrett from halfway, lines up. Let's see what happens with this one. The distance are there, definitely. Will the direction be there? No, it's not there. And the Brumbies led off the hook again. Very uncharacteristic from Geordie Barrett tonight. Missing this final kick. Going way to the left of the posts. And the scoreline stays the same. The Brumbies 12. The Hurricanes 10. With a minute and a half to go in this game. 22-meter restart for the Brumbies coming up now. So the Hurricanes will have one last final chance to win this after this restart. This will be probably the end of the Hurricanes Trans-Tasman campaign should they lose this game. Right, the restart from Nick White. Oh, it's been charged down by Adi Sevilla. Comes back into the hands of the Brumbies. Don't know if that was the right decision. So they need to hold on for a minute now as the Brumbies. They're just going to pick and go. Just try to secure the ball at all costs. They're right outside their own 22 at the moment. Nick White just directing the players. Not the greatest of decisions from Adi Sevilla to go for that. Nick White tries to snipe around the fringes. Needs to be careful not to give away a penalty. 30 seconds to go in this game. Mick Frost got his hands on the ball for the Brumbies. Now Valentini. Can they? Oh, there's another penalty for the Hurricanes. Players diving off their feet. And surely this time Jordie Barrett will not miss this kick at goal. It's about 5 meters outside the 22, 10 meters from the left-hand up touchline. And Jordie Barrett will have another opportunity with no time left to win this. No time left here on the clock. It's going to be a penalty to the Hurricanes. Jordie Barrett to take the attempt. And this will definitely be the end of the game after this. So a kick to win the game or lose the game for Barrett. It's all or nothing now for the Hurricanes now. Jordie Barrett with this kick about 10 meters from the left-hand touchline, 10 meters outside the 22. He lines it up. Let's see what happens with this one. And no, he's missed it. So it is going to be a win for the Brumbies here today. How uncharacteristic from Jordie Barrett today, missing 3 kicks in a row to lose this game for the Hurricanes. Full time here is the Brumbies 12, the Hurricanes 10. And what drama here at the end as the Brumbies secure only the 2nd win for the Australian franchise in this Trans-Tasman competition. Unbelievable stuff from the Brumbies, holding on. The Hurricanes had too many chances to win this and they didn't capitalize on it. And at the end of the day, I think the Brumbies deserve to get this victory here today. And I know somebody in the comment section who's going to be very happy is Ashton, who gets the win for his beloved Brumbies. Ashton says hard attack ending, but what a great game this has been. The Brumbies sealing the fate of the Hurricanes with just a kick. That is the difference between top spot and 3rd spot at the moment. As a kick at goal could have put them on top of the log, but instead a kick missed will move them up all the way to 3rd. And this should probably be the end of the Hurricanes' hope of reaching the final. I do now see only 2 teams in this run, really, and that is the Crusaders and the Blues. We should be seeing them in the final in a few weeks' time. But this has been really great, guys. Thank you for the support. And I will see you guys later around about 4 o'clock South African time for the clash between the Sharks and the Lions. Another important one. Do the Sharks lose that one or not get it? Well, they need the bonus point, but if they just can win it, we will have a final game between the Bulls and the Sharks determining the top team there. So if the Sharks lose, the Bulls will top that block for sure. So big game coming up. So I will see you guys that time. Until then, this is the Rugby Guru. Cheers for now.